Assalamu alaikum. This is the advanced comparative constitutional advocate Race King, and today is the 1st of the November, year 2024, and I would be addressing a lot of the finest type of the issues in the Pakistan. So my main purpose is to extend some post-traumatic issues to the public, that which elements are causing the multifarious nature of the public tranquilities in the public sector, that whether we are in the perfect medium as to recognize the factors of the human beings that they are into the problems or solutions. So when I just consider these thoughts, that in Pakistan it is a prevailing fact and custom which is not being declining by the Republicans, that whether their subordinate relations are reciprocating incomes or expenses. This is a prime judicial question which should be addressed to the Republicans in the shape values of their ex post facto positions or prerogative in interest capitals and the etc. material which they don't deliberately consider them to be a point of confrontation in the public sector or in the private householding items. So when I just studied that in Middle East it is a prevailing fact that the marriage ceremonies are being declined in the public sector. The human beings are not observing their resolutions as to refine the Republicans. They the most of the individuals of the society, especially in the Middle East, in the Pakistan, within the territorial jurisdiction of the India and other reciprocating territories, likewise the Malaysia, China, Singapore, and so many other Middle East countries, that they are not in the position as to understand that the humans of such territories are not in the position as to understand the reciprocity effect of the incomes and expenses, while in Pakistan and in other Middle East countries the human beings have become self-reliant to their self-needs. They work in favor of the self-needs. They do not consider their obligatory task management, likewise their marriage or their business transaction, their exercise, their working routines. They are having perpetual succession of the subordination relationships management cycles in Pakistan or in India or in the Middle East. So basically, after having the reciprocating affective disorders of the human psychological development in Pakistan, India, I come forward this thought that we have to construe the elements of the females' rights and the males' rights. But when I just study their feelings and their thoughts, that they are not about to restore their optimal resolutions of the incomes and expenses. So if a male or female is not about to ascertain the proper length of the income and expenses, thereafter it would be obvious for the rest of the remaining family that such family would be tantamounted to a lot of the challenging positions in their houses. It is another curse in the Middle East that the humans do not want to have the females population growth through the marriage ceremony, and this is the fact of Hinduism casted in the Middle East. This effect is so diluted in the blood of the individuals of the subcontinent that they are considering the females to be a curse in the modern times because of the behaviors of the vulnerable type of the males in the Pakistan under the multiple social discrepant behaviors of the disordered type of the humans in Pakistan. And a lot of the males, they are just daydreaming about the things, and now it is a capitalistic approach in Pakistan which is prevailing, so for that the females are just considering the males to be a commodity, and the females are considering the males to be a commodity on the counterpart. The males are considering the both groups, likewise subordinates of the same, to be a reciprocating type of the psychological stressful management in regards with the compliance of their obligatory management needs, and that is the sole ground which causes the trust deficit disorder among the institution and the individuals. And so many pathetic individuals are doing vulnerable things, and their females are having the destitution offenses, and it means avaragarh or vagabond approved criminal or other reciprocating things. So a lot of the females become feminist in order to evade from the ceremony of the marriages in aftermath of the social discrepant disorder cyclones in the Middle East after the years of the 2020 and so far 2024, and we are not deliberately considering that the human beings are in the negative campaigns as to drive the nutshell of the complexities of the social disorders in the psychological deferment of the human beings in Pakistan. These things should be compiled by the human beings in order to make themselves cost effective, cost narrative, as well as cost affiliated with the things which they carry forward from their inheritance. So the three challenges comes here, that when it is about to divide the property or the proportion of the inheritance, every relationship or the human beings come forward for ascertainment of the same, but when it comes to overtake the liabilities of the such assets, therefore you cannot find even a single relative in your list because of the deferment of the relationships during the ex post facto positions of the incomes and expenses, and these are the sole maintenance issues of the human beings. When they have to tolerate the expenses of the another human being in share value of the relationship, they carry forward with the negativity to the surrounding, that they cannot overtake such problems into the resolutions, and in a nutshell they have to have operative part of the khula or divorce from the female side or the husband side, and thereafter they don't have the maintenance issues, they don't have the reliance to the social means. And in order to cultivate a moderate society, we need to have perfect sorts of the human beings in our country, especially in the Middle East, Pakistan. Because I'm a Pakistani, I always feel very proud to be a operative part of the institutions and doing certain things and specified and non-specified types of the achievements by on my shoulder, without having the perpetual succession of any governance or the other employment or the employees, because I'm doing these things by myself. So when it comes to, on the contrary, we have to observe that when it comes to standard alter from the eventualities of the others, thereafter some discrepant disordered individuals come forward in your life as to deploy certain or uncertain types of the challenges in your life, and when you just want to beat down such challenges, thereafter you have to carry forward your incomes and expenses reliance. There needs a physical relaxation. You have to devote 2 hours per day your walking or exercising type of activities, principle one, so that you can drive the best to share value of the income and expenses, and the render best services in favor of your family for the acquisition of the wealth or other reciprocating cost narrative things. These are some affirmative challenges with the Pakistani human beings, that they have divided their siblings, their family relationships into the multi-complex challenges of inheritance, or into the multi-social discrepant type of the thinking critical one, and they don't want to figure out such outbreak from such depictions of the factual disobedience of their home grounds. And I'm totally out of my senses after observing these things. It is my primary obligation, which I consider it to be obligated to be trusted with the public, that if the public have costed a trillion of or a billion of females, thereafter they have to consider the fate of the same by themselves, because the males are out of senses. The majority of the males are trading type of males. So stay blessed.